The Mishnah tells us shuva is not a game, see? It's not a joke. If a person says, Echte v'ashuv, I'm going to sin, I'm going to do shuva. Repeats it again. Echte v'ashuv. I'm going to sin, and then I'm going to do tshuva. What does it say, Tzvi?
Ein maspikin biyadai.
Lasos tshuva. We don't let him do tshuva. Obviously, it means any person can do tshuva. It means Hashem doesn't make it so easy for you. Then it says later on, Tzvi, person says, the whole day of Yom Kippur is coming up. I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to do the big sin of, I'm in a kollel here, so I'm going to make fun of the kollel a little bit. I'm going to do the big sin of talking during Shnai Mikvah. Or talking between Birchas Shemanos and Zimmer and benching.
Ben Gavra Gavra, you could do that too.
Yeah, that's like it's so bad. It should have been to Tzavas Ben Yehuda Chassid. These jokes are for only certain people. Getting back, so Mishnah says the person says, "Don't worry, Yom Kippur is going to take care of it." No, ain't Yom Kippur. Tzvi, let me ask you a question. Why does the Mishnah say the same thing twice? Echte v'ashuv, echte v'ashuv. I will sin, I will do tshuva. I will sin, I will do tshuva. Say it once. But by the second half, when it talks about the person that sins and says that Yom Kippur things will come, it doesn't say it twice. It says echte v'Yom Kippur mechaper, and you could be mechaper. It says twice the first time, once the second time. Either say 2 and 2, or do 1 and 1. You like my question to me?
Love it.
Great question. If there's too much Hebrew, I'm sorry. I'm in the kolos though. Okay. Actually, I thought we were not going to give away our secret location, but yeah, we're in the back of the kola in North Miami Beach. Why we're both in North Miami Beach? That's for a different time. But getting back to this, so it could be homiletically, you could say as follows. There's a discussion amongst the rabbis about whether tshuva itself is considered a mitzvah, or it's not a mitzvah. It's something that needs to be done, but the actual mitzvah is the vidui, the actual confession. But the tshuva itself might not be a mitzvah. Tzvi, offhand, do you know which rabbis say what? Which of the Rishonim say what? Okay, so the
Maimonides.
Very good. So we'll get to the Rambam. By the way, thank you for reminding me. I forgot to ask you one more question. The Rambam, when the Rambam says this law, Tzvi, you know what he does? He only quotes it once. Echte v'ashuv, I will sin and I will do tshuva. It doesn't work. Why does it say it twice? The Mishnah says it twice. Could be as follows. The Rambam holds like the other Rishonim, it's not like it's Rashi and the Ramban, okay? Rashi says that it's not a mitzvah. In this week's parsha, when it talks about the mitzvah that the Ramban Nachmanides says is the mitzvah of tshuva, he says it's talking about Torah. Okay, mitzvah azos, all that stuff, it's talking about Torah. It's not talking about tshuva. Again, the Rashi and the Rambam hold that tshuva is not a mitzvah. It's something that we should do, but it's not obligatory. The Ramban holds that it is a mitzvah itself. So maybe the Rambam only says it once. Why? Speak, help me out over here. Okay, watch this. Watch this. Tshuva has a prerequisite to it. That means you sinned, and then you want to do tshuva to it. The reason why the Mishnah says it twice is because if a person sins one time, he says, I'm going to sin, and I'm going to do tshuva, we assume maybe he's only sinning because he wants to do the mitzvah of tshuva. The Rambam holds tshuva is not a mitzvah. So the Rambam only says it once. You can't say that lumdus, that he's saying it twice, because the first time would be, the first time we let it go, because the first time is maybe because he wants to do the mitzvah of tshuva. If he does it the second time, then we know that he's trying to play games, and therefore we don't let him do tshuva. But that's why he says it twice. And that also answers why the Rambam only says it once. Because according to the Rambam, there would be no such thing that he's doing the sin in order to do the mitzvah of tshuva. Tshuva is not a mitzvah. That's why the Rambam only says it once. Interesting idea. This, I heard from Rabbi Newhouse, beautiful pshat. He quoted somebody, I forgot who it was. Maybe the Yitav Lev, somebody from the Satmar dynasty. Beautiful pshat. Yosef and Potiphar get into a dialogue about whether or not they should or should not engage in extramarital relations. So Yosef tells her lots of things. I have some Divrei Torah on this. Yosef tells one of the things is, how can I do such a bad thing for such a little Kim and it's a sin against God? It's a weird word. If it wasn't such a bad thing, it wouldn't be a sin against God? What's he saying? How can I do this bad thing? It's such a bad thing, it's a sin against God. Every sin is bad against God. So, Eshes B'Tifra tells Yosef, I don't understand. You're saying it's wrong. That's why we should do this. Do the Avera, and then you can do shuva afterwards. So you know what Yosef told her? You're right. Maybe I should sin and do shuva afterwards. But why this sin? Why should I do such a big sin to do shuva? I can accomplish that same thing by doing a smaller sin and then doing shuva. I don't have to do such a big avera, one of the 3 cardinal sins, to be Mekayim to fulfill the mitzvah of shuva for. That's what he told her. Interesting alumnus. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it wasn't too hard and complicated. I get in Shabbos and I get in Yom Tov and I get in, what did you say before Yom Kippur?
Gemar Chazim et Taiva.
And the Gemar Chazim et Taiva.